Welcome back to the Jojitorium. You know who it is. It's Matt, and you'll soon see Adam, because thanks to Nikolai's Kitchen and Livestream for the Cure, we were able to get our 1 hour live stream special sent to us, nicely edited for you guys to see if you didn't get to see us do it live. We got to talk about Roman Reigns as the most dominant Universal Champion of all time while he secretly battled leukemia, and we killed each other with spiked popcorn over some cancer trivia factoids. Until we literally couldn't take it anymore. And if you saw the pictures from that, it looks like I got punched in the mouth with a hive full of bees. So it was a great time. Check us out, and I hope you enjoy it. And don't forget, too, though, that the battle against cancer doesn't stop here with the live stream. It's ongoing. So you can check out the link I'm going to put here for some cancer donation sites, or you can find one on your own and give money to the advancement of cancer research and treatment, because without support, it'll never end. So continue to reach out and support those who need it and take care of each other. So I hope you guys enjoyed this special. We enjoyed filming it, and we hope to do it again soon. So take care. Cheers.
Welcome back to the Jojitorium. Well, I think remember too, whenever we found the German Scheiser porn.
Let's not lie to each other. You're in twerk classes over there. That's what
yeah. That's all it is.
The fitness class.
Working on them TikTok videos you like so much.
Dead face.
Got right in front of you. That was a scary moment. You almost left me to try to entertain them on my own. That would have been terrifying.
That's part of the show. We want to make sure that everybody gets an extra 3 minutes of just complete panic.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are now joined by Decaying with the Boys. Tell our viewers what you guys are all about and what you're going to be doing today.
So we are Decaying with the Boys. That is Adam. I am Matt. We are a pro combat sports, entertainment, pro wrestling, craft beer, horror movie, whatever you want us to talk about. We'll rip it apart all while we're drinking delicious beers. And we just like to have a lot of fun and talk shop. So we're hoping that we could first take a second and thank everyone for tuning in and check us out. And then hopefully we can entertain you guys during this live stream.
Absolutely.
So what we're going to do here is we are going to we're going to run our show. We're going to let you know how we do things here. And the first thing we're going to do is let you know that we brew beer down here first and foremost before we do any kind of podcasting. So we're going to start off with a beer that we made here in our podcast studio. So, Adam, go ahead and introduce this beer.
Sure. We got a beer that just hit the taps about 2 weeks ago. It's called Kickin' Kitty. It's a mocha porter. So we brewed this one actually with 5 pounds of Cocoa Puffs in 10 gallons of beer. And then we conditioned it on a local coffee shop here in Pittsburgh called Black Forge Coffee.
It is a sweet treat. Nice ABV, super smooth, because it's always stout season here in Pennsylvania. We never stop drinking stouts here.
This is a porter, but you keep calling it a stout.
I'll call it a stout till I believe it's a stout.
It is roasty like a stout. So
It is very roasty, yes.
Oh, that sounds
I see your jaw is wide open. Do you have a
Sounds
question about this
amazing.
beer?
No, it just sounds amazing. I love my rich stouts and porters, like those beautiful dessert stouts and porters. And that just sounds like it's right up my alley. I'm going to Pittsburgh. I'm going to be back in a while. You guys, Gerald, drive.
We have 7 beers on tap. You can come through, and right now we're actually doing Make Peace Not War. So you actually get a beer off us, donate some money, and we put it all towards support for Ukraine.
That's amazing.
But that's not what we're here for today, right? We're here because cancer research is something that needs to be at the forefront of how we invest in humankind, how we support the people that need the support the most. And cancer is a difficult disease. It affects everybody, not just the people who have the complete devastating disease, but also the people around them. So what we want to do is we want to highlight a significant story it's close to us because of what we do. We do love pro wrestling here. We do love combat sports. So what we want to do is we want to enlighten everybody about the most dominant universal champion currently in pro wrestling, and that is Roman Reigns. So grab your porters, your stouts, whatever you got going on, cup of coffee or a little bit of water, whatever you got, and hear about the life and the completely baller essence of Roman Reigns. So, Mr. Hanoi was born on May 25th in 1985 in the now new wrestling mecca of America, Florida, in Pensacola.
Yeah, he shares a bloodline with his cousins, who are the current SmackDown Tag Team Champions, Jay and Jimmy Uso. Also related to the Tonga Kid, who was back in the 90s. And the late, great Yokozuna. He's also a distant, a little more distant of a relative, I think, nephew, distantly of The Rock.
Yes.
As well. So.
Yeah, he has lineage to The Rock. There's also other wrestlers in there, too, that have lineage to The Rock. So he's also Tamina, who was a former women's wrestling tag team champion, and the great Umaga, the Thumb of Disaster.
The Wild Samoans. Throwing it back. I like my old wrestling.
Absolutely. So the bloodline, much like how he calls his stable now, is deep and rich. But before he got to be the most dominant champion of all time, he started off in Georgia Tech, where he was playing collegiate football.
I was on the team too.
Yeah, so was I. Everyone could have been on Georgia Tech at that time.
I was the water boy.
I definitely tossed out towels. So when Roman Reigns decided that he had accomplished everything he could in college, he moved on and actually got he was on the practice squad for 2 NFL teams in 2017, the Minnesota Vikings and the Jacksonville Jaguars. 2007, I apologize. Yeah, so he got to actually go beyond the collegiate role and get the ultimate dream of being drafted. Now, he did jump around 2 teams in 2007, but he ultimately landed in the CFL with the Edmonton Eskimos in 2008, where he played a full season with them. And from what I understand, he was pretty dominant.
Yeah.
So his time as a pro football player was short, albeit eventful, 2007 and 2008. But staying in prime physical condition led to what we like to believe now is where he really started to excel as a pro athlete, where he signed with WWE in 2010. He quickly got a push too in NXT when he teamed up with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins.
So he kind of ended up kind of following what The Rock did. The Rock was a college football star. I don't think his pro career worked out quite like he wanted it to. And then he kind of took into the family business. The Rock's dad was a superstar, and then The Rock did that. So Roman kind of took that same path.
Yeah, absolutely. And to see him team up with 2 of the best wrestlers we could see at this time with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, 2 guys that were really working on their craft to form the Shield and have close ties to the best in the world, CM Punk, when he was going through his pipe bomb phase. So not only was Roman Reigns dominant on his own, he was dominant in storylines that we still talk about today. The return of CM Punk only echoed the efforts of the Shield because they were, as we all know, or you don't know, I might inform you on this, they were hired by CM Punk to destroy everybody. Right. But that's how they got their push, which ultimately led to Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins winning the tag titles on May 19th by defeating the Hall of Famer Kane and Daniel Bryan in Extreme Rules. I think that was 2011, I want to say.
Yeah, it's early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
Early 2000 teens.
Yes. What are they called? The aughts?
No.
What is that?
No, it's the 2000 teens.
2000 teens?
Yeah.
So, despite the fact they were a dominant tag team force, the push for Roman Reigns was to go to be a single star. And this eventually happened in 2014 when he turned heel by turning on Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, and he aligned himself with Triple H, the King, the Cerebral Assassin, and the Authority, which was a big group of douchebags that had lineage to good wrestlers.
Right.
But they tried to get back together and make it bigger than what it was. The highlight of that whole stable was Roman Reigns whenever he made the defection, because he got a great big push. And that's the first time he really turned heel, and the fans were divided on it, but his wrestling acumen really started to shine because he didn't have to worry about the crowd anymore. He just started wrestling pure, and that's what he is to his core, as a pure wrestler. From here, the accolades he already achieved and those to be obtained after the single push include a WWE championship 4 times over, Universal champion twice, longest reigning Universal champion right now at 623 plus days and counting. He's a U.S. champion, Intercontinental champion, tag team champion, won the Royal Rumble in 2015, Superstar of the Year in 2014, but with a Slammy. He's a Grand Slam champion, the 17th to do so. He's also a Triple Crown champion. He's a 28th to do so, and he headlined WrestleManias 31, 32, 33, 34, 37, and 38, and soon to be the next WrestleMania with The Rock, as it's been rumored. And last but not least, being ranked by his peers as the number 1 wrestler on PWI's top 500 in 2016. But Adam, he was hiding something, wasn't he?
He was.
What was that?
So he quietly battled leukemia after being diagnosed in 2007.
Yeah.
Before he hit the pro wrestling scene.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't. I mean, I think some people that were real big fans with him knew that happened before he started wrestling. But on October 22nd, 2018, in the middle of in the middle of like his biggest push to date, he had the Universal Championship, came out on a live Raw taping, and had to relinquish the belt because we found out that his leukemia returned after it was in remission for 11 years.
Yeah. And that date of 2000, or that year of 2007 is really important because if we go back to the beginning of the story, he was playing professional football at the time, and he was doing it at a high level. It wasn't that he wasn't good enough to make the team. It's just that he possibly couldn't keep pace with people who didn't have leukemia.
Right.
But the great thing here is that Roman Reigns was a smart man. He had a great medical team around him, and he only had to take a hiatus for a short period of time. Because on February 25th of 2019, with the great work of that established medical team, they were able to find abnormalities in his blood panels.
I'm so happy I have you as my best friend.
And get enough of a quick response in place to ensure they had the best battle plan against the reoccurring medical issues. From here, Reigns was able to stomp the likes of Drew McIntyre, Shane McMahon, Eric Redbeard Rowan, and Baron Happy Corbin, as we come to know him now. But back then, he was the end of days.
Hi, Mark. I just got lines from that movie running through my head.
And he was way better as the end of days. That's for another podcast. And you can tune into us at DWTB if you want to check us out when we talk shop on stuff like that too. Yeah. But that's where we lead us to what we know as the tribal chief, the leader of the bloodline, the needle mover, the AEW shit talker, and everything in between. This guy put it on the line with his health and also to get back what was rightfully his, and that's the Universal Championship.
Yeah. So despite being diagnosed with leukemia, he proved he can still be in the NFL, the CFL, FCW, which was how he broke into wrestling, NXT, and WWE, and now is one of the most well-known, most famous wrestlers of all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think like that first diagnosis was right before he did his CFL run with the Eskimos.
Yeah.
And was actually pretty
it was good.
He's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was actually being sought after. I think it might have gotten worse after his first season. That's why he dropped out of football just to take care of himself. But he came back stronger than ever. Went away again for a little bit. Came back stronger than ever. So, it's just it's hard to say not ever having to experience it myself, but like that positive attitude and just having a good team around you, probably a good family around you,
and also being thick.
He is a big man.
He was a thick Samoan, man.
He was really big back in his football days.
He really was.
Really big.
I think that being in good shape, having a good medical team around you, and having people who really care about you to push you to get the treatment that you need is the key here. And then also the biggest key is having that critical cancer research to ensure that you can go get your blood panels ran, that you can go ahead and check your abnormalities. You can have the screenings that should be at a lower cost or should be free to those who need the treatment.
Right.
This is why donating is important, not only to keep the champions we know up and running, but to ensure that future champions have a chance to captivate the world. Adam, Roman Reigns isn't the only wrestler to beat cancer.
No, Matt, you when you told me your idea for this first half, got me thinking. I was like, wait, I know there's other wrestlers that I enjoyed who also were able to beat cancer. So we got a little list here. Number one on the list, Jake the Snake Roberts, who is known to fans for good and bad reasons.
Yes.
He's definitely had his struggle with substance demons in the past, but in addition, he was diagnosed with a muscular cancer back in 2014, which was right below his knee. As a result, he had to undergo surgery, and they were actually just able to remove the cancerous cells
Yeah.
from below his knee before it spread. He didn't end up needing chemotherapy or radiation or
Wonderful.
anything like that. But
And then we look at his triumphant comeback. He does DDP yoga, lost a lot of weight. And
yeah,
he
they did the whole documentary Resurrection of Jake the Snake, which is awesome. If you haven't seen it, it's a really
highly recommended.
It's just a really touching story.
Yeah.
It's a nice story.
And now he's in AEW with the Murder Hawk, Lance Archer.
Yeah, he's going to be managing a stable here soon, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So then we also have Jim Duggan, ho, aka Hacksaw Jim Duggan. In 1998, he was diagnosed with kidney cancer. This disease was detected in its early stages, hence he didn't need chemotherapy, and he overcame cancer with the help of a successful surgery. That's key. Again, it goes back to, and in 1998, when cancer research wasn't even really that
Not as advanced
documented.
as it is now.
Yeah, you're able to save one of the most iconic wrestlers of the 80s and 90s with what I read was a pretty simple surgery. They went in and just much like Jake the Snake, just removed the
Caught it early.
cancer cells.
Sadly, I know he's going through some, I think, unrelated medical issues now. but
Yeah.
Hopefully he'll kick out of that too. I know he just had a scare. I think it was a liver problem last year.
Yeah.
He
Well,
recovered fine.
Unfortunately, a lot of those wrestlers from the 80s and 90s have liver conditions because that was the. Well, I mean, let's not beat around the bush. That's how they got through all those.
Yeah, they were on the
dates.
road a lot.
Yeah.
So they enjoyed a lot of things.
Again, watch the Jake the Snake
Yeah,
documentary.
it'll explain a lot. Another wrestler that was affected was former WWE Women's Champion Michelle McCool, now married to the Undertaker. correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. She came back in the Royal Rumble too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So in 2016, she announced that she was actually suffering from skin cancer. Probably the only thing I've personally had scares with. I've had some things biopsied and tested, and thankfully.
Because you went early.
I
from
did.
Early detection.
As soon as
good cancer research.
I'm a very freckly man, so when I see one go awry,
You have lots of freckles? I never noticed.
But McCool underwent several treatments in the following months and successfully beat skin cancer within a year. So
wonderful.
She again caught it early. I do know that going for skin cancer screenings, it can be a little uncomfortable. You're very vulnerable in that doctor's office, but it is important to do.
Absolutely. And then we have Mr. Rowdy Roddy Piper. In 2006, the late, great Rowdy Piper, who actually had a great influence on Ronda Rousey in her current run with WWE. So you can thank the Piper man for that one. The entire world came to know that he is battling against low-grade 2A lymphoma. Roddy underwent rigorous treatment over the course of the next few weeks after diagnosis that included 20 sessions. That's radiation and chemotherapy. And he came out on the other side. Okay. Yeah. And again, early detection. He had people around him that said that they were seeing some things in him that didn't quite add up and make sense. He took it upon himself to get screened. And there you go. Much like Roman Reigns, getting the early panels, getting the abnormalities checked out, saved his life.
Yeah.
Until he unfortunately passed away.
Yeah. Sadly, he recently passed from heart disease. In the last 5 years or so, I think he passed.
Yeah.
But after recovering from his cancer treatment, he went on to wrestle a couple more matches. He was in
cool.
a couple of Legends matches. And then got right before he passed, he was starting to get into stand-up comedy and was actually like touring as a comedian.
Yeah.
And really, really adored himself to the stand-up world.
You used to open him? Used to open for him?
No.
Dolph Ziggler.
That makes a lot of sense.
Dolph Ziggler.
I just know a lot of the LA comedians that we like would hang out with him because he was a West Coast guy. He was a Portland guy.
He really was, yeah. And very easy to get along with. Lots of great stories about him.
Yeah.
And he really supported young wrestlers too. Yeah.
Yeah, another wrestler, blast from the early 2000s, Zach Gowen, who became famous being the first pro one-legged wrestler in WWE.
Yeah.
Anyway, he actually lost his leg because he was diagnosed with cancer as a child at 8 years old. His leg was severely affected by a cancerous cell, which could only be treated at that time with amputation of the limb. He survived. Actually, had a pretty wonderful career
Yeah, I would say.
with WWE for a couple years. Then when he dropped off from them, went and worked some of the indies. And I just actually saw a post from him on social media. He's now doing a podcast. So
Wonderful. Welcome to the club.
yeah,
Good to see you on board with us.
so he's
Well, he went to the right organization too, because Vince McMahon loves a gimmick.
yeah.
And it's like, you have one
Oh, and
leg.
he could do some. He could still like climb the ropes, did moonsaults off the
Yeah.
top and stuff. It was pretty cool. Went to ECW and did some hardcore matches.
Did he puke?
No,
He's gonna puke.
no, that's a different guy.
Again, if you want to know about those stories, check us out at the DWTB. So we move on to one of my favorite wrestlers.
That's why I gave this one to you.
Thank you so much. Matt Cardona, the internet champion, the true belt collector, the hardcore legend, the true Mick Foley of our times, was diagnosed with a tumor in his feet when he was in high school. The doctors then found out that tumor had spread to his lungs and declared that he was suffering from cancer. Cardona had to miss 1 year in high school while he underwent treatment. To know that your cancer can spread so quickly from your feet to a vital organ like your lungs, that's terrifying. And also too, like, and as we find as two normal guys researching what we want to do here, finding out how many different kinds of cancer there are and how aggressive they can be, again, it calls back to how important it is to really go and rely on the doctors to tell you what's going on with your body. Because I'll tell you right now, I've had weird pains in my foot and I was like, I'll just sleep that off. I wonder how many times
Well, if it persists, then yeah,
if it persists
go
for
get it
about a
looked at.
year, because I'm very stubborn.
which is why it's important to
Early
get donations
detection.
to get donations for the cancer research.
Absolutely,
that,
it is.
that everybody deserves.
Yes.
And finally, one of my favorites, Hall of Famer Bret the Hitman Hart.
Excellence of execution.
In 2016, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer. And in this case, the doctors did find a high level of a prostate specific antigen in his tests almost 3 years before the diagnosis,
Oh,
but
wow.
it wasn't diagnosed until late 2015. He underwent successful surgery in March of 2016. And luckily, all the cancer cells in his case were removed before they spread to other parts of his body. Following that, he is under strict physical examinations for the next 3 months and was declared cancer free after those
wonderful.
examinations. So he's had a rough time.
Yeah.
He's if you don't know about Bret Hart, he had to retire due to concussions, which then led to a stroke. And
Oh,
then
wow.
Years later, the cancer scare. He's tough, dude. He's still hanging out. Everybody wants him in their organization right now still to be a manager. But yeah, I love Bret Hart, one of the best technical wrestlers of the 90s.
Absolutely. And to kind of parallel it to another celebrity that just had prostate cancer not too long ago, Dr. Drew had prostate cancer, and he went through a successful surgery. And his thing was kind of defeating the fear that men have to go in and have their prostate checked, and also to have their prostate get surgery on it. Just so you know, Dr. Drew still gets down. He talks about it all the time on his podcast. So don't be, to quote the Diaz brothers, don't be scared, homie. Like, go get checked. Go get checked. All it's ever going to do is help you and support you. So just incredible wrestlers and people that we look up to that were saved by early detection, and they were able to continue to give us memories. I mean, I can't wait to see what Bret Hart does next. There's a bidding war for him right now in AEW, WWE, and I hear GCW is trying to come through and throw their money around.
My favorite.
The new ECW. So
We'll see where he lands.
we'll see where he lands. So Adam, we are moving in to round 2 here. So I ask you humbly if you could go ahead and procure another one of your wonderful beers.
Yeah, I'll go find something.
Thank you so much.
Hold down the fort.
I will. So down here in the Jojitorium, Adam is a skilled brewer that's been known across the area of Pittsburgh and worked with such breweries as Arboretum Trail, Leaning Cask, Couch, and a multitude of other breweries. And he's known across the homebrew scene in what's called the Trash Group, where he's a vice president, and he just took his first foray into being a judge. So at this point, Adam is using Beer for Good. We've donated to breast cancer awareness. And right now, like I said before, we're doing Make Peace, Not War. And Adam's actually getting another award-winning beer off the tap system. This is the Drunken Donuts Milkshake IPA, which Adam will be able to talk about more in depth when he brings over the samples. But while he does that, I must tell you that here in the Jojitorium, we like to mess around with hot sauce, specifically me, the guy who can't handle it very well. And in round 2, we try to beat the crap out of each other as much as we possibly can. But before I go ahead and introduce that, Adam, you've brought this beer over. It looks delicious as it always does, with that nice color, as you guys can see if you're checking that out. This is an award-winning brew. Go ahead, tell them what it is.
Yeah, so if you thought the round 1 beer was weird, here's a weirder one. This is what everybody's calling like a hazy IPA now, or a New England style IPA is the base beer. But me and Matt actually brewed this one together. We threw a dozen donuts from a local bakery into it, specifically strawberry jelly donuts.
Yes.
Into the mash. So they were in the brewing process. And then we added some vanilla. We conditioned it on vanilla and some strawberry puree in the fermenter.
Yes.
And came out with this. And then like the hop profile for it also goes along the fruity tropical berry route. So just kept doubling down on berries until it tastes like jelly.
Just cranking it up. And if you know what's going on with Adam down here in the brew lab, in the Jojitorium, it's at @bash_brew. And you can find out what he's doing. We have tons of dates where you can come see us in person all across the Western District of Pennsylvania. We're going to be as far up as Erie and as down south as probably near Washington County, right? So
yeah, definitely Washington County. I want to get into some stuff in West Virginia.
Yes. And you'll be in Schuylkill, correct?
Yes, at the end of June.
Wonderful.
No, end of July. Sorry, everybody.
Boom.
July 30th, I believe. If that's the Saturday. We will be in the shadow of the Yingling Brewery here in Pennsylvania at a beer festival. Yeah, out in Pottsville. So come see us.
So, Adam, as I was saying, I made you something.
Great. You're a terrible cook.
No, I'm a dastardly cook.
Sure
So let me tell you how this worked out for me, okay? Papa went to Amish country, as one would do, because I live in Pennsylvania. And I went all the way up to Amish country, said, give me your finest popcorn. I want to make something fun for my friend. And they said, what are you going to do? I was like, I'm going to just mess him up. I almost said the F word on a live stream. I'm not going to do that. I want to mess my friend up. So what I did for you, Adam, is I soaked the kernels in Last Dab XXX.
Great.
For 2 days.
I love
and
that
then I
hot sauce.
conditioned them. I took
Oh, you're using my words now? You like fermented this popcorn?
I did.
You're conditioning
I took
stuff?
habanero peppers and I sliced them, put them in cheap vodka, soaked the kernels in that as well to get the essence of the habaneros out. I'm learning from you. And then when I popped it, I used red pepper flakes. So when it popped up, it had red pepper flakes. But not to let it go any lesser than that, I decided, let me go grab it real quick.
I smell habaneros from here.
I decided then to go ahead and get Da Bomb from
I know it from
Yeah.
Wing Show.
and then I also got more Last Dab XXX. And then I just, some Frank's Red Hot just because I like it. It's salty.
You playing a game with this or something?
Yeah,
Am I gonna have to eat some of that?
possibly.
Yeah. I'm
So
up for it. You're gonna cry.
I'm gonna cry so bad. It's like I mace myself whenever I eat this stuff. But it means a lot for me to show you what we do here. And also, too, what we're going to do is we're going to play a little game with cancer research facts. So I reached out to an independent friend of ours, and I asked them, keep it a secret. Research the top facts about cancer research, and we're going to go back and forth. You got your packet. I got my packet.
Right
You don't
here
know
in
my
front of me.
questions, and I don't know yours. We also don't know the answers. We're going to quiz each other. You get it wrong, guess what?
Eat some popcorn.
Oh,
I
you
mean-
get to
Oh my
mace
God.
yourself.
I mean, I'm good. I'm good with spice. I mean, better than you, but
are
that's
you good with
No, not
this
that's
spice?
It sounds like you can.
Ooh, oops.
Sounds like you. It sounds like you conjured up something evil over
I
there.
did.
The
I really
last
did.
dab is like, I really love the last dab. It's spicy, but it actually has a great flavor to it.
It does. I agree.
Yeah.
But I don't know how much. It looks like you put a lot on.
I did.
And the bomb sauce is just nasty.
I won't ever try that because I've heard it's literally heat for heat's sake.
It is.
It
Yeah,
is.
It's just hot to be hot.
Yeah. So I came to murder. I came to murder my partner and cancer.
You know what? I'll go down for the cause. That's fine.
Yes. So I'll keep it here with me because I have some room on the table.
Oh, you're
So-
gonna be eating more of it than me.
Yeah. So do you want to go first, or
I'm
So-
smart.
let me do the intro? 'Cause I wrote a little intro
Go
for it
for
too
it.
because I'm a production guy. I like this. So such as par for the course. We're gonna use hot sauce. We're gonna ask other questions. You get it wrong, you eat the popcorn. If you can keep going as far as you can, but if you give up, you gotta eat a handful of this stuff.
Okay.
It's not like you can give up and not go unpunished. That's why I'm glad we have the milkshake I picked because it has lactose in it.
Yeah,
so
I'm gonna save some of that. Now.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So do you want to
Little
go first?
sips.
Or you want me to go first?
You can ask me first. I'll answer the
Okay.
first question.
So also, people in the chat, people who are watching here, if you donate $1 for questions, if that person gets it wrong, for every $1, we'll eat another piece of the popcorn. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I got a whole container
For
here.
every $1, we'll eat another. As soon as somebody gets it wrong, it's like a jackpot building up.
We're just gonna keep
All
going.
right. All right.
Yeah.
Good for that.
Adam, here's a nice warm up for you. There are more than 100 different kinds of cancer. True or false?
Seems like a lot.
Here comes the money.
Oh,
As soon as you said you were going to punish yourselves, that's all it takes. Chris Yaney with $15.
$15.
Oh no.
Eat away, munchy, 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 munchy.
I'm just gonna go with like a good.
A good handful.
Yeah.
That's definitely more than
These are kind of small.
that's more than 15.
Kernels. I think. Wow. I ate one and it was.
Yes.
All right. I'll throw a little, but 15 is pretty big. I'm just gonna take.
Okay. I'm gonna tell you right now, Amish country popcorn's delicious.
Maybe you ruined it with all the. Try not to eat into the mic.
Oh my goodness, this is good.
Wow, dude.
And we're on question 1. I'm gonna die. I think
Dude.
I'm gonna die.
Your turn.
Go ahead and ask me a question.
Oh. Skin cancer
Here
is
comes the
the
money.
most common cancer in the United States. True or false?
Skin cancer is the most true.
In the
or false?
U.S.
It's got to be breast cancer because more women are affected by breast cancer. Everybody has skin. False.
It is.
Oh, by the way, that was a $15 donation from me just because I love The Last Dab, so I want to see you eat it.
Even out the odds. He's going to do a lot worse with it than me. My lips are on fire.
The Last Dab, what I love about it is it's not hot at first, and then it just slowly builds for like a bit.
Yeah, it's not going away with any beer either. It's well, I think beer technically makes the spice worse, but
It does.
but it's cold, so that's fine. Oh, you're doing good. Look at you. You made it. You thought you just knew everything.
I
huh?
thought I was gonna beat the fuck out of you. Oh my god!
Yeah, it hurts, dude.
It's like I maced myself.
It hurts. I eat wings like twice a week, and
Okay.
and really hot ones, and that's hurting me.
I watched the way it affected you, and I got really scared.
Yeah.
Oh god!
Hit me with a question if you can.
The most common symptom of ovarian cancer is pelvic or belly pain. True or false?
That sounds true to me.
Correct.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh god. Okay.
You guys need some right answers for a minute.
Yeah, right. The 5-year survival rate for early stage ovarian cancer when it is detected is over 90%. True or false?
Please be true.
It's true. There were a lot of specifics in that one. I should have worded it.
I use
differently.
my 5th grade knowledge of how to
Yeah.
answer questions on test.
Your SAT prep class came in handy there.
When I scored a 700. All right. Here we go. Callback. Breast cancer is the most common diagnosed cancer in the United States. True or false?
I don't know because I had the skin cancer question, which was the most common
Uh-huh.
to have. So I think maybe skin cancer is the most diagnosed too. I'm going to say false. Damn it.
Oh,
Breast cancer is acknowledged as the most widely diagnosed cancer in America,
Oh.
despite not being the most common.
That one had a lot of sauce on it. It's only good. It actually gets.
It gets
more saucy as
worse.
We go down. Yeah.
It gets
The
worse.
sauce is pulling
Yeah.
at the bottom. Ooh. Where's my next one? The 5-year survival rate for Hodgkin lymphoma is greater than 85%. True or false?
The survival rate is greater than 85%.
The 5-year survival rate, yeah. As of the source is from 2021.
I feel like research is going pretty far, but I think like 80% is more well run. I'm going to say false.
Eat yourself a piece. It's 87%.
Is it? Well, congratulations. That's awesome.
So you're eating popcorn for good news. There
I
you go.
am. I'll burn myself for that one. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. If Hodgkin lymphoma is found early, the survival rate increases above 90%.
Oh, your source clearly got a list and just split it between the two of us.
They wanted to mess with each other.
Because we both got a
Yeah.
breast cancer.
Is it over 90% true or false?
If found early? Well, yeah, because true. Because if the survival rate's 87 in
Yeah.
general, if it's detected early, it should go up.
Correct. 92%
Yeah.
with early. Oh my god.
I can still think clearly with spice in my mouth.
I can't do it. Do you see the sweat? It's starting to form on my forehead. Oh my god.
Immunotherapy is now available for treatment in more than a dozen different types of cancer. True or false?
False?
That's true. It's exactly a dozen.
I see why people suck on hot ones because you just start to like not.
And it's definitely hitting you worse than I.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm sweating right now. Okay.
I love that show though, because it's like they're so focused on the heat that it takes their guard down, so they answer questions ways they never would in another interview.
Yeah, they're way more open and honest.
They certainly are. Adam, if you're over the age of 50, would your doctor recommend a colorectal screening? Yes or no?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that probably even younger. So I'm going to go true. I mean, I think they're recommending like screenings
Yeah.
in the 40s now, right?
Peek behind the curtain. I've had 3 of them.
Oh,
I enjoy them. One
well,
was,
you had some scares.
one was for a reason. The other 2 are for pleasure.
Oh, stop. You jerk.
So I'll tell you this right now, Adam. Before you ask me your next question, I'm going to ask you yours. Before you ask me your next question, anybody out there watching this right now, if you bet $1, I'll eat a handful of popcorn.
I'm going to find it a hard one.
I want you to donate that money. I want to kick cancer directly in the butt. So if you donate $1 at the very least, I'll eat a handful of this popcorn right now. So go ahead. Give me $1. Give me $1.
If there's one thing our chat loves more than erotica, it seems, it's punishing people. So
Yes.
I like the chat.
Give
Well,
me-
we'll keep going. I'll do that when that dollar hits.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. So go ahead, Adam. I think it's on you, isn't it?
Yeah. So colorectal cancer is the second most common cause of cancer related to death in men and women in the United States. That question's not hard enough. I'll just
Just fun. Okay.
we got $10. So
$10. So that's
I'll
definitely a
oh
handful.
yeah, I'm definitely
yeah.
eating that.
I'll give you the we'll do that on the next question. 'Cause
Yeah,
I
this
gave you,
one-
I
this
gave
one's
you one of
pretty
my
easy.
easy ones.
It's true.
Correct.
Yes. Okay. So
I got a hard one for the next one.
thank goodness, because if I would have got wrong on that one and ate a handful of popcorn and the other ones are harder. Adam, every 3 minutes, someone in the U.S. is diagnosed with a blood cancer. True or false?
Every 3 minutes,
Every 3
a
minutes.
specific blood cancer.
Yes.
That one's affected my My life directly. My family.
Yes.
directly. But every 3 minutes, no, false. It seems. Oh, damn.
That too quick too, man.
And that
I
was a
can't-
$4.12 donation that came in just there from Chris Yaney. Thank you, Chris.
I'll take that one. You're doing a handful on the next.
You think I am?
Oh yeah,
Okay. All right. You think I am? Let's.
I got numbers.
Oh God. This is probably the most punishment we've given each other on this podcast. I made this popcorn too hot, and I'm very nervous for what's about to happen.
Ready? I found a hard one.
I'm not ready, but okay.
What percentage of cancer diagnosis in the U.S. are individuals over 55? I need a percentage. number.
Ew.
I'm not doing true and false. Not for a handful. You're gonna eat that handful. I need a percentage.
So a percentage of cancer diagnoses in the United States above 55?
This percentage of cancer diagnoses are for people above 55. What percentage
Exact?
is above 55?
Kind of 5%.
I'll give you
5%
within.
swing.
Yeah, you're not getting it. I'll give it to you within 5. There's no way you're gonna.
65% because it's a safe guess.
That is a safe guess, but it's 80%.
This is what you want.
I can't feel my lips anymore. My tongue has too much feeling.
Oh
What?
my God.
My lips are. Oh no. Oh no. It's real bad, Matt. Like you
Oh,
don't
the,
do
the fingertips are the tough part, man. Don't touch your eyes. Whatever you do.
Yeah, exactly. Oh man, it's hot. No, I found a good question for you. See that?
Thank you.
Yeah, you gotta make the fans happy. Gotta make the fans happy.
It's in my nose.
Well, you shouldn't put it in your nose.
He kind of went like for the shovel method on that one. He was like,
You tried to get it all done at once, but now it's just floating in your mouth.
That was the
yeah.
That
It's
was
not
the
gonna
idea.
work.
It didn't
It
work.
doesn't work that way.
You can't use a straw.
You should have just popped them slowly. Well,
I don't know.
you're learning. You're learning all kinds of facts today.
I don't know good stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know good
You
stuff.
don't know good.
Oh my God. Okay.
You're okay. You'll make it. Give me a question.
Can we? You're out there right now and you're watching this.
Don't try to get. You're trying to get retaliation.
I am.
All right.
Did you like that? Do you want to see it again? $1. $1 at the very least. And this guy, he'll eat more popcorn.
You better find a hard question. I might get it right and throw it back on you.
I have so many more questions. That's a good idea. You donate money over $5, and whoever gets the next question wrong has to eat a handful of popcorn.
All right.
$5 at the very least, and we have to eat a handful of popcorn. Oh my God, man.
I'm waiting for my question.
Okay.
What did something happen to you over there?
Yeah, I got maced. All right, Adam.
I hope you don't have any numbers.
Well, I do.
I got a bunch of percentages lined up for you.
True or false? 30 to 50% of cancer cases are treatable if detected early. 30 to 50.
Oh, that was a nice one. Oh, we didn't get that. We were waiting on that donation before you torture me. 30 to 50 sounds. Yeah, it sounds good to me. True.
It is true.
Yeah, okay.
It is true. I need you to die. I need you to eat this popcorn with me. Oh my God.
oh, he will.
Here comes the money.
Oh
I mean, that's from me. That's $10, and then we just got another $5 from Dan, throwing it on
Nice.
top of it. So it's I guess does that double it down? I don't know.
no. Yeah. Yeah. That's
I have an idea.
That's fine.
I have an idea. 2 donations is $10. We split it. Okay?
No. That's
No,
two,
let-
that's two separate.
hear me out, hear me out.
Okay.
You get your question wrong, you have a handful. I get my question wrong, I have a handful. But if you get yours wrong and I get mine right, you get 2 and vice versa.
Okay.
Okay?
Cool.
You
So
ask
going off these next questions.
off these next 2
All right.
questions. The person who gets, if you get it wrong, you get a handful. If you get 2 questions wrong, you get 2 handfuls. Stop it.
You find a hard one. Within 5%, what percentage of cancers are hereditary?
Oh, fuck you, dude.
You gave me a true false again. Like you should stop that.
I'm going to. Between You said 5%.
Within 5%.
Within
What's the
5%.
percentage of cancer that is linked to being like hereditary?
20?
Coming from the family
20?
line. It's actually only 5 to 10%.
That's good news for everybody else. Except for me.
Are you doing another handful now? Or are we just gonna wait to see if you get the next one?
Let me see if I have to
All right.
double up like a squirrel.
All right. Go ahead and ask
Oh
me
my
one.
God.
Or am I just asking you another one?
No, I got to
Okay.
ask you one now. Because
Okay.
if you get it right, I have to eat your handful. Let me take a sip of this beer real quick. Award
Oh,
winning.
so you just get 2 automatically if I get this right? Oh,
Yeah.
Pressure's
Well,
on.
okay, here we go.
you better find a hard one.
Okay. What is the number of people who have survived cancer worldwide?
Oh, the number
The number, the exact number.
within.
The exact number. The rounded number of millions.
It's you said the answers are rounded.
The round number of millions. Yeah.
Survived cancer worldwide. That's impossible.
Yeah.
to
Welcome,
know.
welcom to my hardest question. Okay.
That's
You talk
impossible.
all. Ooh, fun hard. I found one. Here you go. What's the what's the number? Rounded millions.
20 million.
Oh, you were so close. It was 28 million. Why don't you go ahead and take your handful,
All right, I'll take mine.
and I'll get mine.
Well, you should talk while I do mine, and then.
Okay, that's a good idea. So, 28 million people survive cancer every year on estimate, and that's because of what we're doing right now. It's raising money for cancer research and early detection, and making sure that people can get the treatment they need and deserve, so they can have their own podcast, they can brew beer, or they can hug their loved ones, or who knows, maybe run the world. I don't know.
I'm glad I was low.
Yeah.
That makes me feel a little bit better.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you were low, so it's actually a good thing you were wrong.
Heartburn starting.
Yeah. So you gonna start talking so I can eat mine?
Yeah, sure. I don't know what to talk about though. I'm gonna find a good question for you, I guess.
Yeah, go ahead and search for that.
Yeah, we'll do. But yeah, thank you for donating. Like Matt said earlier, we did
wiped it on my face.
we did a charity for we brewed a beer through COVID actually to do for cancer research benefit. So as homebrewers, we can't sell our beer for money, but we can get donations and donate money. So we used the opportunity we got while being shut down and not doing festivals to at least do some good work for breast cancer. It was women's cancer basically in the Pittsburgh area here.
Oh my God. Glimmer
So
for Hope.
Glimmer for Hope was
Shout
the
out to you,
foundation, yeah. And they basically distribute their dollars just to cancer research foundations and
No one
and
makes any
labs
money. All the money
need-
goes
yeah,
directly out to
that's amazing.
treatment. So if you search them out, Glimmer for Hope and Pittsburgh,
Yeah,
here,
if you're here in Pittsburgh, Glimmer of Hope is an
great
awesome charity.
organization. All right, Adam. I think we have a couple questions
Keep
left.
donating today for this.
Oh yeah, hammered.
Tomorrow, look up Glimmer for Hope.
And also look at my obituary. I think I might die. I took that last one and I went from my nose down.
Oh,
So now I have a wall right here of pain.
you have a goatee of fire.
Yeah. Oh, it's better than my shitty goatee I have that I actually grow
Normally.
myself. Yeah.
So Matt, I'll give you a fact and then a question.
Okay.
A single cigarette contains 48,000 chemicals.
Uh huh.
Of those 48,000 are how do I word this? I got the answer, but I need the question. So out of those
Do like
4,800,
an over under.
so out of those 4,800, over under 60 of them are cancer causing chemicals.
Ooh, 4,800 is a big number.
So how many of those over under 60? I'm not going to make you give me an exact number
Oh, over.
because it's not a
Over?
handful. Over 60? Yes.
Yeah.
It's 70. It's just barely over. But
You're an
it's 70.
asshole. You're that close. I love what you're doing right now.
I should have went higher because
You should've.
48. I should have went like 2,000.
Yeah,
I mean, cigarettes are just.
I would win. Yeah, well, I
bad.
would. Yeah, they're really bad for you. Don't do that. That's the easiest way to get cancer so quick.
I had my
Yeah, we all had our time.
I had my dalliance.
We were joking about Camel Crushes before we came on.
Oh man, I remember Camel Crushes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all unfortunately do,
Yeah.
and it's the worst
got-
thing we ever did to
I
ourselves.
got in and out.
So, Adam, let me ask you this: nutritional deficiencies can rapidly advance cancer cell growth. True or false?
That makes sense that would weaken the body's immunity. So I'm going true.
Correct. I gave you a softball to help you out. So can you please be nice to
Thanks.
me?
I just did. I gave you the over under 60.
Yeah, but you
Thinking you'd get it wrong.
You shut up. I gave you a nice one. You give me a nice one.
I'll give you. Okay, I got what I think you can.
Okay.
I think you can put 2 and 2 together and get this one. I hope. Or the hot sauces went to your brain.
It's up there.
Cancer in children is treated differently than cancer in adults. True or false?
It's got to be true because kids are just different than
It's
adults.
true.
Yeah. Okay. So I'll give you an easy one too. Okay. Since you were being nice to each other,
What if I get it wrong?
donate money. Listen.
Oh damn.
We still have some stuff here. Look at that. And I have a bag
Drop
over.
some on your computer.
I actually, I dropped that one. I'll eat it. Fuck. So we have this one. I have a bag offline. So for this question, and I promise you, it's really hard. If you donate money right now, Adam will eat a handful of this popcorn.
I'm definitely not hurting as much as you are.
I
It
know.
hurts. but
That's why I
it's-
have to.
yeah.
$5. $5. And this question's really hard. I promise you.
I gave you an easy one.
Yeah, but you agreed to this.
Okay.
So guess
Yeah, I
what?
agree to it. I'll do it. That last handful was only mildly traumatizing.
The problem is now you're getting to the bottom of that container, so you're scooping up all that excess
It's a
sauce.
lot
in
of
there.
sauce, yeah.
Oh.
I maced myself.
I
when
got wet fingers.
the handful I put on. I just rubbed it
Yeah,
directly on my
ate it
face.
Like a weirdo.
I did. Yeah, I ate like Todd Glass does. How he eats popcorn with like both his hands, like just
Oh, I
flicks it.
My wife thinks I'm a monster when I eat popcorn.
So
She's like, why do you have to fill both your hands and then shove it into your face?
I'm an
I make
animal.
like a feedback.
Because you're like a raccoon. That's why. So Adam, I challenge you. I'll donate $5 to the cause
Okay. If I
for
can,
this question. So
that's
A-
fine. I will do the punishment.
the acronym is ABCD. What does that stand for in checking for melanoma? ABCDE stands for what when you're checking for melanoma? This is a self-check you can do by yourself as an adult for your kids, for anybody you know.
ABC for melanoma.
ABCDE.
A bad color. Do an exam. Do an examination.
Eat the popcorn.
Oh,
ABCD stands for asymmetry,
thought I had it.
irregular border, uneven color,
So
diameter.
color was right for C.
You were close,
Okay.
but you were off by the other 4/5 of the thing. Evolving when checking for melanoma is diameter. So Adam,
Oh my chin.
you have one last question for me, I think, because we're getting to the time where we gotta start wrapping this up, and we've had so much fun here with you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us and donating to cancer research and watching us just completely mess each other up. So Adam, you still have a bunch of questions in your packet. I'm gonna let you find your favorite question in the packet to ask me, and if I get it wrong, I will eat an entire handful of popcorn before we move into and that's free of charge. That's because I love everyone who's on this watching us, and I'm gonna do this for you guys. So find any question you like, and just let it happen, man.
Ooh, I might be out of hard ones here. Okay. One out of how many recorded deaths in the world are a result of cancer? One out of how many? I had to
Unfortunately,
make a hard one out of this.
I know this. It's 1 out of every 6.
You got it right. Yeah. Ah, is that in your packet too?
No. I just know this one because this stuff affects us personally, and that's why we wanted to do this. So it does mean a lot for us to be here to talk about these things with you. The burden of knowledge of knowing how those statistics work and trying to rationalize how to get treatment for people. And doing events like this means a lot to me, and brewing beer for those mean a lot to me too. So before we move into the ending of what we do here, I want to let you guys know that if you want to find out more about us on Decaying with the Boys, We're at Decay and WTB on all social media. It's Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You can send in all your questions, comments, and whatevs to decayandwtb@gmail.com. Thank you. If you know what's going with Adam down here in the brew lab, it's _brew on all social media. Check out our dates. You can come check us out in person. Yell at us. Do whatever you want to do. We're here to have fun with you guys and keep doing this. This was a blast. We want to do this stream because cancer affects us, clearly, as a tear drops down from the side of my face. So this beer is for
Everybody.
For everybody.
Cheers,
Anyway,
guys.
Let's
Cheers.
kick the shit out of cancer.
Cheers. Thank you guys so much for being here. I miss because the last couple of years we've done spice challenges. My acid reflux is a giant bitch this year, so I can't do it this year, unfortunately. But yeah, last year I made wing dip with the last dab. Unbelievable. Nice. Absolutely loved. Oh, he's going in for
$5.
Somebody get in there.
Anybody?
Somebody get in there. We got a
I'll
couple.
I'll put in
left.
$5 once we get off the stream.
There we go.
Eat it, suckers.
But yeah,
don't touch your eyes, guys. Whatever you do, don't touch your eyes.
We're going right to the sink after this. We got 2 sinks down here. We'll be all right.
Oh yeah. I mean, man, that and the beer, the beers sound absolutely incredible. So I'm gonna wait until I know Dan's not coming to visit Pittsburgh, and then I'll head out there one of these days. I went to college out in Clarion, so I miss being out in that area.
My wife actually went there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So I really miss being out there. I mean, yeah, I'll definitely have to check you guys out when I get out there, just because the beers sound absolutely amazing, and I just absolutely love craft beer. So
absolutely hit the podcast Instagram up, and we'll get you in here for a tasting.
When you come through, we can do an episode together, and you can check out the beers, and we'd love to have you on, and we can shoot the shit and talk shop.
All right. Well, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Decaying with the boys, ladies and gentlemen, punishing themselves for our entertainment and to fight for a future immune to cancer. Thank you so much, gentlemen. Yeah, please don't touch your eyes.
Thank you for having us. We're honored.
$25.
I am not driving you home.
Please don't. No. But thank you so much, everybody in the